Hello everyone, my name is Greta. Welcome to my channel, and if you are already a subscriber, if you've already watched some of my videos, I want to welcome you back, and I appreciate you so much for subscribing. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. So today's video is a video that one of my subscribers actually asked me to do, and it is a review on the Kenzi IPL handset system. So this handset is basically a laser hair removal, an at-home laser hair removal. It's super easy to use. It requires you to use it once a week for 12 weeks to get the maximum results, and then after that they recommend using it once every 3 months just to basically do an upkeep on the area that you have already treated. And before I go on with my review and show you guys a little bit what it looks like, how to use it, I just want to point out, so in the back it does have a recommended kind of like skin tones that it will work on. So ultimately, what, at least from how I understand it, how it works, it basically targets the hair follicles. So what you want to do before using this is you want to be freshly shaven. I personally have really sensitive skin, so what I would do is I would usually shave in the morning when I showered, and then I would use this at night. So I wanted to give my skin some time after shaving to kind of, you know, the pores to close up, to kind of just relax before I went ahead and used this on there. But again, it is really easy to use. So I personally used this on my underarms, and I used it on my legs. So it comes with like a little guide, and it just kind of, again, it explains everything to you. It has safety tips and stuff like that. So you're not supposed to use it over tattoos. Let me just read that for you guys. Do not use in or around water. Do not use near eyes. Do not use if you are under the age of 16. Do not use if you are pregnant, lactating. It should not be used over very dark freckles or moles. Don't use over tattoos. If you have epilepsy, if you have photosensitization, if you have broken or burnt skin, don't use over the same area more than 3 times in a single session. And IPL hair removal is suitable for all but the darkest skin tones. Refer to the skin tone chart below to see whether or not IPL is suitable for you. And it also says right here, never aim directly at or near eyes. And if you have been getting laser hair removal at a clinic, wait 2 days before using, as this product may increase your risk of any reaction. And if you have been tanning, you should wait 2 weeks before using it. Wait 48 hours after using the Kenzi before tanning, and consult your physician if you have any adverse reactions. So yeah, it just basically gives you a whole rundown on it. Ultimately, I think that there is a slight misconception on laser hair removal in general, because I feel like people think that once you have laser hair removal, you're just going to be walking around like a naked mole rat. My understanding is that is not the case. The point of this is just to reduce growth. It is not necessarily to never have hair growing on any part of your body ever again. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've also never had laser hair removal done in a clinic, so, or like a spa situation, so I'm not really sure. This is my first attempt at this. I not sure if the camera is picking this up, but I am a naturally very pale person, and I also have pretty fair, like fine hair. So like on my arms, I don't even know if it's gonna pick that up, but during the summer, like this basically turns blonde. So I didn't do my arms, honestly, because my arms, I just don't have a lot of hair. So I did my legs, I did my underarms. And let me show you the little device. So this is it. Looks like that. And that's where the light comes out of. And what I did like about this is that it is not battery operated. So it means that you don't have to be changing the battery out of out of it like after a month or so, or every month. You can plug it right in and it'll start up and super easy to use. So let me show you guys how it works. So I already plugged this in, but it comes with a cord. Right when you put this in, this light starts flashing, and then it does have 5 different levels. I know it's recommended on your first usage to just start at like a 1 or a 2, see how your skin reacts, see if you can tolerate the pain, because again, different body parts have different pain tolerances. I personally am someone that has a very high pain tolerance, and I figured, you know what, if I'm going to be spending my time using this to see if I get results, then I am going to put this at the highest level to get the maximum results. Maybe that was not the smartest thing, but I also didn't have any bad reaction to it. So you hit that button and it basically shows you the level, and every time you hit it, it goes up a level. So again, I did it on the maximum level, which is a 5. And what you want to do is basically put this flush on your skin, and you hit that. And you hit this big button. And you ultimately just go down. If you're doing a much bigger area, like say the legs, when I did my legs, you want to basically just hold it down, hold this big button down, and you kind of just keep moving down. Like that. I'm going to shut this off because it's a little bit loud. The one thing that I didn't like about this is, one, it didn't come with any like protective eyewear. I know that in spas and stuff like that, they always provide that for you, because I do, as it said in the instructions, it says don't point, you know, into your eyes. Granted, I'm not pointing that into my eyes, but the light definitely beams out of it, and I feel like that cannot be good to look at. So I don't own any sunglasses. I know it's a little bit odd, but I just have a tendency to break all sunglasses I have owned. I break them, I sit on them, I leave them in other people's cars, I leave them on top of my car, all this stuff. So basically I haven't owned sunglasses in like a year or so, because I've just had 12 years or however long I've owned sunglasses for, that I always break them. So what I honestly did is I would just hold it on my skin and I would look away as I was doing it. Because again, I don't think that's something that's safe to look at, and I just wish they had provided that, or even put that as a disclaimer to just like wear something on your eyes to prevent you from, I don't know, possibly going blind if you look directly at that as you're doing it. On my armpits, for the results, on my armpits, I had really great results. I am basically down to shaving like once every 2 weeks or so. And even when the hair grows back, it's really sparse, it's really fine, and it takes me a second to shave through it. When before, I was really prone to getting razor burn. The skin would turn really red there. It would sometimes get really uncomfortable. And now I don't have any of the side effects. Honestly, it feels smooth, which I could not be more happy about. And I believe I started seeing results about 5 weeks into it. Some people say after the 3rd session, you start seeing really good results. It took about 5 sessions for me to start seeing results. And I was, again, doing it every single week, basically at the same day. Maybe sometimes I would be like a day late, but I was doing it every single week. And it does not take a long time. I think together with my underarms and my legs, it probably took me like 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more, to get everything done. And because I do have sensitive skin, what I would do is I would shower in the morning, I would shave, and then later that afternoon, I would use the product. And I just did that because I am somebody that does have very, very sensitive skin. So I just gave my skin rest after I shaved it. I didn't want to do it right after, just because I didn't want any sort of skin reaction to come out. So I just gave my skin time to breathe. And what you also want to keep in mind is that you by no means should put any sort of ointment on your skin after you shave because you just need clean, dry skin. There should be no residue on your skin before you use that. So that's why I'd like to shower, just no moisturizer, let my skin breathe, let it be completely dry, and then use that. So I'm going to just show you my underarms right now. So as you can see, they're pretty smooth. I think this is about like a week of no shaving. Hair's probably going to start to come in, but it's literally, I don't know, I feel like it's just saved me so much time, because it's like one less thing that I really have to worry about ultimately. It might be such a small area, but it's honestly such a pain, and it's an area that I often forgot to shave. So it's helped me out a lot. In terms of my legs, I don't want to say I didn't see any results, but I definitely didn't see the same results. And I don't know if it's because the hair on my legs is, it's not that darkly colored. And like I said, I have naturally very pale skin. So I just don't know if it's maybe not picking up the hair follicle as strongly as it was on my underarms. So I ultimately did not see that big of a result on my legs, which is fine. Not the biggest deal. But I just wish I had seen a little bit more, especially because, you know, that's what it basically promised. So that is kind of one bad thing about it. And then the other one that I do kind of want to warn you guys about, if you do go ahead and get this, this tends to overheat. If even I used it again, it takes me probably 15-20 minutes to do the areas that I want to get done. And it overheats. You can definitely tell when it is overheating. And one of the first few times that I used it, I just stupidly, honestly, decided to kind of not pay attention to it, and I kept using it, and I ended up burning myself. I actually burned myself on like my upper thigh area. It hurt really bad, and it left a mark. And it took about like 2 weeks for it to go away, but I just want to warn you, you definitely can get burned by this, but I would recommend it. I don't know how it's going to work if you have really coarse hair, because again, I don't have that, so I can't give you a review on that. But there are so many other videos out there that are doing a review on this. So this was just my brief recap, my experience on it. And I guess I'll just keep you posted if I see any changes, if the hair starts magically growing back, like, you know, like that. But that's about it. That was my quick little recap on the Kenzi IPL handset system. I've seen so many people do reviews on them, but a lot of them are kind of paid advertisements for them. So I just wanted to give you my own opinion on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.